Hey there, so you're looking for the right dog trainer here in Midland, and you want to get it right. Well, you've come to the right place. This guide is going to walk you through everything you need to know, from local costs to the exact questions you should be asking. You know, Midland is such a fantastic place to own a dog. We've got amazing spots like the Tridge and the farmer's market, but really enjoying all that means having a dog who's comfortable and calm in those situations. A well-behaved pup makes every one of those adventures better for you, for them, and for everyone else. That's really where good training comes in. So here's what we're going to cover. We'll start with setting goals that actually fit our life here in Midland. Then we'll look at what makes a trainer good, what it all costs, and the local rules. After that, we'll get into how to make your choice and even where you can go practice all those new skills. Okay, first things first, let's talk about your goals, because the best training is the kind that connects directly to your everyday life. So you've got to start by thinking about what you actually want to do with your dog here in Midland. I mean, really think about it. Are you dreaming of those calm, peaceful walks along the Chippewa River trails where your arm isn't being pulled out of its socket? Or maybe you just want your dog to stay focused and not lose its mind when you're near all the action at the farmer's market. These are the real-life goals a good trainer will help you nail down. So how can you tell who's a great trainer? It really boils down to two things: their training philosophy, that's the how they do it, and their credentials, which prove they've put in the work and have the expertise. You're going to hear this term a lot: positive reinforcement. It's the approach that pretty much all veterinarian and behavior experts recommend, and for good reason. The idea is simple. You reward the behaviors you want to see more of with something your dog loves, like a treat or some praise. This makes learning fun and builds a really strong bond of trust between you two. Okay, I know, these are a bunch of letters, but they're not just alphabet soup. They actually mean something important. A certification like CPDTKA means Certified Professional Dog Trainer, knowledge assessed. It shows that a trainer has passed some tough exams and, just as important, that they keep up with their education. The science of dog behavior is always changing, so you want someone who stays current. All right, let's get practical and talk about the budget. Knowing the typical costs right here in the Midland area will help you figure out what works for you and find a program that fits your wallet as well as your training goals. This chart gives you a pretty solid idea for 2025. As you can see, group classes for puppy basics or general obedience are usually the most budget-friendly option. Private one-on-one lessons are a bit more per session, but they're totally customized to you. And then you have board and train programs, which are a much bigger investment. Now that we've talked about cost, let's look at the different kinds of programs and some of the local rules we all need to know to be good dog-owning citizens. It's all about picking the right learning style for your dog and knowing your responsibilities here in Midland. So, group class or private lessons, which one is right for you? It really depends on your goals. Group classes are awesome for practicing focus around other dogs and people. But if your issues are happening at home, like, say, jumping all over guests or barking at every dog that walks by your window, that's where private in-home training can be a lifesaver. As dog owners here in Midland, there are just a few key rules to know. Your dog has to be on a leash in public places, they need to be licensed with the city, and they have to have a current rabies shot. And it's good to know that excessive barking can be considered a public nuisance, which, hey, is definitely something a good trainer can help with. Okay, you've done your research, you know what you want to work on. Now it's time to actually talk to a trainer. This is the moment, and asking the right questions here is the key to finding that perfect fit for you and your dog. Here they are, the 6 most important questions to have in your back pocket. You want to make sure their methods are positive, double-check their credentials, and really understand how they'll tailor a plan to your dog and your life in Midland. And asking about how you'll measure progress and what your homework is, that shows you're ready to be a team player. So the training session ends, but the work doesn't stop there, right? The real magic happens with consistent practice. And luckily, Midland has some really fantastic places where you can go put those new skills to the test in the real world. To work on stuff like recall in a safe, fenced-in area, you've got great options like the Midland City Forest Dog Park or Plymouth Park. Then, when you're ready to practice those polite leash walking skills with some real-life distractions, the Paramarquette Rail Trail or the trails at the Chippewa Nature Center are absolutely perfect for that. At the end of the day, good training just makes your life here in Midland so much richer and more enjoyable. A dog who you can trust and communicate with opens up a whole world of possibilities. Every walk, every trip to the park, and every quiet evening at home becomes that much better for you both.